All right. So anyway, like I said, we had a pretty bloody day, breaking down out of that 4 hour area of consolidation and completely flushed and held underneath that 561. So there still is maybe some upside potential, but like we saw and like we've been seeing, this is a seller's market at the moment. And so I still encourage everybody to be looking upside down, because just like when we're playing things to the upside, we have regained major floors. And so we could be making major moves down to levels like 537. So, me personally, it's going to be a lot harder to actually play some of the upside trades. And we saw that today with Celsius, and we'll go over that trade before we're all done. So let's take a look at IWM. And again, we'll flip that chart upside down in a second, but we are sitting at what we could consider to be a pretty strong support level, right at that 198.60. We've seen price gravitate towards that. And so I'm relying on 198.77 to actually, give us that breakdown. But lower time frame is going to be our saving grace. This one not moving nearly as good as I would have liked, or would have hoped rather. So this is one where I have to play this floor by floor. And so tomorrow we're going to watch 202, see if we get a rejection and a loss of that 198.50, or possibly going up to retest some of these marks. Lastly, QQQ, which I was able to grab a short on, especially when some of the plays that I was taking to the upside were starting to falter. This one broke down successfully underneath 484, and this is a big deal because this is the wall that I told you guys we're bearish. And so in my eyes, not that this is the catalyst to say that we're bearish, because we did just successfully punch down below that box, and again, smashing through price targets. And like SPY, it has its own lot of empty space, but today we did not quite break that. So underneath that 470 mark, 467, we have a nice chunk of empty space down below us. So it'll probably go lower tomorrow. Right now, we're not bouncing, and we're seeing that buyers are not willing to buy. So there's continuation encoded in the downside, and it's going to probably keep going, giving us those little bounce plays, but and it's going to probably go past what people's expectations are, especially as we're nearing some of these levels. So now going into tomorrow, because we're going to have to take this day by day, we are opening up, and we do have Jolt at 10 a.m., right? So this is going to be incredibly important. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the haircut compliments. Thank you. So 10 a.m. we have data. That's Jolt, right? That's going to hopefully give us either continuation or let us know if we're stopping price action. That being said, I do want to really quickly go over our Celsius trade today, because unfortunately it was not, well, it's always funny, because for me, this is what I would consider to be a pretty successful trade, although we were unable to go up and fill the majority of that empty space. If you split the actual candle that we ripped down through, you literally hit the perfect imbalance. And that was 228. So really quickly recapping, over this wall, I told people I really don't have much of a choice. I have to take this trade because this is the only place that I can set a reasonable stop loss, right? And so that was important. But as we were looking at this thing on a much lower time frame, all the way down in the 3, I had went ahead and said that after these 3 rejections up at the top, and with the market falling underneath us and empty space, so while we did hit 100% to the upside, and I did trim, I did end up stopping out for no gain on the rest of those contracts. Now, before I got or had this breakdown below the box, I did grab puts, and those went over 150%. And this is actually a play that I'm interested in paying attention to tomorrow, as we do have a floor at 2686 that is looks like it's susceptible to breakage, and because of the empty space underneath us, we could be looking at a $26 target. So other than that, pretty good day. I feel like I saw the gains page pretty lit up with some nice percentages here. Some 200, 300, 800 percenters, 400, just the list goes, 1,966% from Marv. Shout out to Marv. That's pretty impressive, my guy. Jesus Christ. It's crazy, man. It's blows my mind how well this system works. All right. Yeah, only system where you'd be mad if you only get 100%. That is actually crazily true. So be sure to tap on your screen if you guys are watching me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to alert really quickly. Ooh. Why is it double tapping A? All right. There we go. Thoughts on how much lower we're going to drop? I still see more downside. So, haircut looking fresh. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I wanted to take advantage of the Q put, but cons were mad juiced. They're going to be juiced, and so you're going to have to play a derivative, or you're going to have to play an individual stock. But right now, downside is juiced. There's no doubt about that, and so you're going to have to find your space. All right, so if you guys have anything that you want me to take a look at, let's do that now. I see Zoom from Bobby. What the fuck? It had earnings today? What the hell? Oh my God. So you dead ass went up, and before you broke down. Now this is going to be a nasty play. I can tell you this already. Those of you guys watching on TikTok, take notes. This is one of those setups. Now there is structure underneath us, and more than likely we'll see ourselves down to $71. I imagine that could happen tomorrow or overnight. You're already seeing the bid drop to $72.60, but you wicked up. You touched the floor as you should. You rejected that floor, fell back underneath that area of consolidation, and so tomorrow we'd be looking for a breakdown under 72.50 to drive you into that 71.14. So not a bad setup. And then, below that, we'll keep punching down. And yeah, we could see Zoom fall to valuations here. So Nike, I looked at that one today. I think somebody mentioned the want or need for downside. Now, I did talk about a punchback or a move out of the box to the upside. You did, in fact, accomplish that, but you got drawn back in, punching down below you. And so, yes, I do think Nike next tomorrow should be a valid setup. And I would place a 74.87 target. You look so cute with your haircut. Oh my God, get out of here, dude. Manny's always yelling, dude. Kind of reminds me of somebody. So anyway, 74.85 would be a solid target. I think we should write that down. If you're watching, this is probably good for everybody. Get out of there. That's crazy. Kind of look like Joe Burrow. Thank you. I guess. All right. So we've got yeah, right. Yeah, we've got a pretty good play to the downside. So if you're looking at Nike, watch 75.88 tomorrow for a clear shot down to 74.85. This is a great setup signed by me. What about the cues? I just went over that one. That will be on YouTube, first part of the clip. So snow, this is also another potentially rocks solid play. Now, what needs to happen here, because we punched through all this shit, we're wick to body right now, right? So I would be assuming safely, I believe, that's 144.50 would be your next target to the downside. Now, upon that breaking, I would be targeting 137 and touchdown at 131.75. Caught your new do on my gains clip. There you go. Bear market hurts my net worth. Yeah, it's a good time to have inverse hedge stocks, you know, stuff like that. You know, we're in protection mode, and things I suspect are going to keep falling pretty hard. So, all right, so let's take a look at Nvidia. See, a lot of you guys are looking at that one. This is nearing what one could call the great breakdown. And so it's just tough because you have this major gap down and then this rip back up into highs. And that creates an environment where, of course, you would want to be targeting the 50% of that green candle, which should be the top of that box. So looking at the weekly, right, looking at the fact that you've closed definitively under 114.25, that is bearish. And so we're looking at this green candle over here, and it's no wonder that we're starting to see some sort of bounce. So 105, and that's on the weekly. On the 24-hour, you are inside of a channel. But like I mentioned last week, it's always in the back of my mind that these channels, and they do, and I'll show you proof of that, they do expand. And so with that, right, we could see, so watch, as I pull that back, you'll notice that you start impacting, right? And so this channel could just be a fraction of what you're seeing in front of you, and we're nearing new lows. But let's get down to the long and short of this. The long and short of this is that if you punch through this box, which is where you're resting now at 105.80, there is a possible retest around 109, but if you break down here, I would be aiming for this target directly underneath you at 97. And that, I mean, that's what I see in front of me. So, if you don't have 100-minute of any name, stop crying about red candles. Midwhacker going crazy. Thank you guys for tapping your screen. I appreciate it. Tap me, please. Oh my God. Twilio. This shit looks like it's made of twigs. Fuck. This is actually pretty feisty looking. Now I see a box, and so this would put you at the imbalance or the 50% mark, and that's 97.65. But if you lose this floor, that's going to crash. And you should be looking down all the way to 80. Yo, Manny, let's kiss. That's crazy. So I mean, this guy, listen, there is going to be retests. There will be bounces. I mean, you know, you're at a level even now where one could start speculating on, you know, a potential bounce. And so the way that you can kind of figure this out is you would have $100.50, and if that is actually popped back above, you have a gap to fill all the way to 106. But otherwise, I'd be aiming for 95 shortly. You're doing a great job. Can you check the S&P futures? We'll take a little quick peek at it. See, this is where it's pretty easy. Now, I'm going to reuse the box that you punched through to make these new highs to actually look for your next target. So what we're seeing right now is that ES has bounced off of the bottom of that box while trying to preserve its cost basis mark. So if it can hold that box and then move over that wall, 566.7 or 56.67, that's where, you know, retest could be had. But otherwise, if you are able to lose this low, I'd be aiming for a straightforward target of 5,500 is going to, it would be your next target to the downside. And I'll elaborate on this a little bit more So again, just like the ETFs that we have in front of us, there's a small 4-hour box, and if that melts down, I can already hear the headlines now. S&P bleeds, blah 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 blah. That's going to get filled. This is going to fucking get filled. Do you see this? Do you see it? Right? It's going to get filled just like it got filled right here, and that should really really expand the price right into that 550 level and bring you back down to support. So we're looking really good. All right. Let's see here. I did Nike. I like Nike to the downside. I do like Nike a lot. I'll be watching that one tomorrow. What happened? I don't know what you guys are tripping out, dude. Yeah, trip. I drew a duck. I do love that joke. Shout out for Talon, being so close to me, still watching the lives. Appreciate that. Why did I just flip to June? I'm ready. All right. So sorry, I'm just writing a little, adding that to the watch list. So tomorrow, I'm looking at Nike to the downside, taking a good position. All right. Let's see, TSLL down to the 5. Down to the 5, dude. It's like asking for like a Swedish massage when like I just got out of massage school. Actually, that'd probably be exactly what you asked for. I don't know. Holy fuck. Holy shit, Tesla's dead, dude. If you break down below this floor at 699, you will go to 5. Is it good time for a call option? Not right now. We are in a bear market. The only call options that I would perceive as being good are on a bear market rally, which could happen sooner than later. But yeah, I mean, do look for Tesla to bounce, but until you start reclaiming levels like 927, this is no good. So I got 220 puts on Tesla, made a bag today. Thank you. Of course, dude. And I saw a lot of you guys in the Discord pumping out these fucking high percentage gains. And I did not call these plays. These are independent traders inside of our Discord. So those of you guys who are new here, if you want something different, that's where we come in. So let's take a look at Uber. Oh, so it did break. And what did I say? Not that I fucking make the rules, but god damn it, I know what the rules are. And listen, this is as close to, financial arousal as you could possibly get. Contraction, right? Expansion. And I just talked to Manny about this the other day, dude. Uber. I just remember I said this on the phone with you. I was just saying, you're going to break down, right? Now, with that all being said, you still have a target of 7087 underneath you. You have a channel here that has a confluential bounce level of 7080. So one could, contemplate a potential move to the downside. You have a box directly underneath you. So if you break below that 7080, then you could look for a move down to 6965. So literally so easy. And if you're new and you're trying to find stocks that you can trade, you want to find stocks that look like that. You want that. And because, again, a lot of you that are new, this contraction makes the contracts cheaper. And any strikes that are outside of that strike, right, while you're in this area of consolidation, those are going to decrease in value. All right. I did a video already. What else do we got? Google, piece of shit ass company. All right, so Google is nearing a major signal to the downside where Google is in an area where I would consider it a major breakdown. So underneath Google today, 164, 24-hour punchback below 164, you should be looking for a straightforward target of 156.86. Simple. Now, the only thing that I would say contrary to this is that tomorrow, because you don't have that for sure signal to the downside quite yet, you did leave empty space. So if sellers want to keep this going, they got to keep their foot on the gas pedal. Otherwise, If we hold at in any capacity here, you could see a retest of 170. Bro's drawing random shit. That's why I get these random fucking 1,900% gains when you ride my nuts. All right. So anyway, moving on from Google, IBM. What the fuck? So beautiful. This is actually, again, what did I just say on fucking Uber? What did I say on Uber? Right? Uber was the same thing. But this one, you might go into a weekly area of consolidation, right? And you can see that already occurring. But I see, and this is again getting back down to the fucking basics. 1, 2, 3, can't draw a circle, right? Even worse. And then today, you fucking exploded out of that floor, moved out, and then retraced back in. And so now you should be looking, right, basically in the most recent price action. Where do you not want to go? And that looks like it's right around 254.20. Oh, that's where maybe you do want to go. So you need to break down below 254.80 and move into that 50% mark. Right? So there is more here. And because of the empty space underneath you, this one gets added to the watch list. I'll put an eyeball by it so that way I know it's not necessarily for taking, but it is for watching. And the first target to the downside will be right about here, right around that 240, 238 mark. So, man, I cracked 1,000% on BABA. Easy money, baby. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So it's so funny, man. Some people will be like, don't engage with the haters because, like, it gets to you. Dude, it doesn't get to me at all. I have so much fun with these fucking knuckleheads that try to come in here, and I totally get it. And that's probably why I am the way that I am with them. But it's like, I get it. Everybody that you're seeing on this fucking app is probably, for the most part, doing some fucking stupid shit and repeating bullshit. So, I get it. All right. Anyway, quick rant. Uh, Coca-Cola. All right, Isaac, let's take a look at what you got here. Cracked all-time high. I don't think that's all-time highs. Is it? Almost. You almost cracked all-time highs. All-time highs is 73.60. So you did see a pretty nice little drawdown here today. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this again. So we just had 3 stocks in a row, Nike, IBM, and now Coca-Cola. So what do we like about this stock? Yes, it did wick out today, right? But what does it have underneath it? Under that 68.85, right? Beautiful empty space. That's what we want to take advantage of, and that's what's going to give us the 1,000%, 500%, probably more. Now, I would split that in half, right? You want to go from basically the bottom here down to that floor, and it should be aiming around 66.50. But with that being said, right, you also have all-time highs. And so if you can get a candle close above 73, that's obvious. But more importantly, 72.36, right? And that's where we want to see. I thought wicks didn't matter when boxing. Well, I didn't include that wick. If you notice, I brought it down to the candle close. So I am excluding the wick. And on the underneath, I'm putting it on the first green candle close here, right? And the area where I can see those retests occurring. So that guy bought Celsius contracts from us. Yeah, that's funny. Look at Kia's Verizon gains. Let me see. No fucking way. My guy, dude. Look at that, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. If you guys are new here, we're the only people on this goddamn app who fucking produce these type of gains. And again, I don't tell people what to buy and sell. I help them fucking find one. So, Craig, you're funny. But yeah, I mean that's easy money right there. And I'm not trying to crop it or anything. My screen's like super zoomed in at the moment. Hold on one second. Look at this. He bought $5 contracts, 30 of them, right? And they sold for $65. That's fucking beautiful, dude. Right. Cool. So Coca-Cola is going to get added to the watch list, right? Because it does have that area of consolidation. And when that range breaks, and we don't need to really deliberate on anything other, and I will say, yeah, dropping back underneath this 72.31 is could lead you to some bearishness. But here's what I would really be looking at, because you already kind of successfully punched out over that other box. But under here at 70.55 and a breakdown under 70.15, that's what's going to get us. And we have one last trigger. The trigger is going to be right here. Beautiful cost basis at 69.39. Oh, sorry. There you go. So yeah, that's what you're looking at on Coca-Cola. If you go back and look on YouTube. By the way, if you guys are on TikTok right now, if you guys could give me a solid minute of tapping the dog shit out of your screen, that would just make me so happy. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, I got it. That's fucking crazy, man. That's crazy gains. All right, I'm the OG Craig. Hell yeah, dude. 5 downside. 5 below. Hey, baby. Everybody's. Can they see you? Or they do what? Yeah, they are. Potter, you work out? I had a joke, but I kept it inside. I kept it inside because I'm a good person. A little bit. Yeah. So here's what I see on 5 below. 24-hour time frame. You obviously got the break that you need down below at 8108, right? And I don't see anything until you go and hit 74.34. Period. End of story. But I think looking at the weekly here should give you a kind of an even better look. So yeah, I personally just see a trip down to 65. So that's funny. Um, how come it says 0 followers and 0 following you? Is this a new account? No. It's your unless I got banned. Maybe I'm nearing my final days. I have to admit, I keep getting system notifications. Oh, cool. Oh, dude, I won all 3 of my appeals. Look at that, dude. I'm like a TikTok lawyer. Yeah, it's so crazy. I'll drop a comment on somebody's live and it will instantly like give me a warning. I'm like, damn. All right, I did do TSLL. You should be able to go through that on YouTube looking back. All right, so bros, like everything else, kind of, reminds me a little bit of Reddit, is starting to move into some major areas of consolidation, and it is kind of cutting through them like butter, right? So you had this box here, you kind of wicked down below, and in between the two, you have another area of consolidation. So it's going to get a little bit tricky here. You notice you bounce right off of cost basis. So you're looking for a break below today's low to drive you into 55.78. And me personally, I'd be looking for 53.23. But ultimately, I think this raises the question, looking at this empty space underneath you here, is are we going to break down with the rest of the market, drop into the $43 level, and make our way all the way down to 36. And so we are nearing that signal. Yeah, recession, whatever you want to call it. But yes, we are definitively in a bear market. Right now, everything that you were doing to the upside, you're literally going to flip the fucking chart on its head, right? And that's what we're seeing right now is basically, if you are familiar with my system, flipping your chart upside down can really help some of you who are struggling with the downside, because right now, there is a lot of money to be made. If you're on top of this shit, you can make a lot of money. I mean, as you can, I mean, not that we aren't making 1,000%, you know, weekly, but all right. So let's keep moving. PLTR, like everything else, kind of that group of stocks. This is another one that is breaking down below some of its major levels. And so I'm looking at a 69.85 target to the downside. I don't really see anything to catch you. The only thing I see underneath you is this, and that should be around 67.75 and 63.62. So you are, yes, very much, and I would look at the 4 hour here. So maybe watch tomorrow for a possible relatively small bounce at 72.36. But if that breaks, yeah, you should be on your way to the downside. I like your cut. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're feeling light. It feels really nice. So I can see my fucking ears. Look at that. I got a bucket of cash and I've been waiting. All right. GEV, Alex. I'll take a look at that AMD after this. All right, so let's look at the 24-hour top-down analysis, and you are fucking melting down. And this is kind of how you know, right, that it's going to seem like it's impossible for things to dump as much as they are, but you're going to see if this is what we think it is. This is going to keep going. I see 258.41, period, end of story. So, sauce haircut. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you guys for tapping your screen. You guys are going crazy. Appreciate that. All right, STZ. So I saw that one take off today, and wow, did it actually hold up against the market, right? It went and punched through the box. Now, you are dealing with a bearish market, so that is a factor that we have to consider here. So tomorrow, and those of you guys who are long, be ready to hedge, right? Because you have structure underneath you here. So you're going to see a breakdown under 188.23 that should drive you to 186.65. And if that's lost, there's a great chance that you'll be back. And this is another empty space play to the downside. AMD. So I mean, the long and short of this is, you know, you're still well. Let's put it this way. If we're keeping this simple, you did close below 98.17, so the possibility of breaking 95.32 is really high, and so that leads us to have to go over to our left, right, and we're dealing with this, right? Which is basically, that's cost basis. So the signal for AMD to go lower, and where that would go is your next target to the downside is going to be right around 91.85. Did you make a new account? No, why? I know some people are saying maybe TikTok is hold on, let me see if I can see what you guys are seeing. I wonder if I got, oh, it is saying, oh shit, I might be banned. Yo, I might be banned after this fucking live. That's not good. They usually do that when they permanently. I don't know. No, I just went to my other profile. Thank you guys for tapping your screen. Thank you guys for tapping your screen. All right. Gift Galaxy. So if you want to follow me elsewhere, you can follow me, and this is probably where you're gonna be able to keep up to date. But you can go to YouTube if I am banned. But go to my YouTube channel. I have an X account. I have an Instagram. I will never. Yeah, I don't know. But I just went and looked at another profile. Yeah, I just went and looked at my other profiles, and I have 0 followers on those too. It's got to be a glitch, guys. It's got to be a glitch. Israel is messing with TikTok right now, so don't worry about it. TikTok's going down. Make sure to send $30 billion to Israel. All right. If you're banned, when is your next live? I'll be live on. If I go down, you can find me at Potter Sox Trading. All right. Anyway, let's continue. Oh, I was wondering where my voice was coming from. All right. I did IBM. That one will be on there. DY to the upside. Dicom. Sounds like they make poison or something. Brother, I would actually argue that this one is below 133.35, very easily on its way to 128.50, and ultimately 120. Potter, give me a kiss. I'm about to get married, dude. I'm trying to get married. By the way, Ivy put the 35% discount code back up. So I guess while it's up, you can use it. All right. What else do you guys keep dropping your? Yeah, she just dropped the coupon code, so you don't want to be an adulterer. Yeah, I don't. I did Tesla. Well, actually, I did TSLO. So let me keep. And I said this today. There was a good chance that you'd be down at 225. Listen, Tesla is now moving into what I would consider to be like the major danger zone. You've already punched through, or moved down into major boxes. You have a slight box underneath you. So I'd say 198.50. But this is a chart that you want to start looking at on the weekly, right? So everything that had us moving up, the only thing I can factor in right now, yo, someone's got to go back and go look, because I swear to God, I drew this channel before. I definitely 100% drew this channel a long time ago when we talked about where Tesla could go after all-time highs. And it went straight up to that 480. But regardless of that, one of the major things that you can say here is that you've dropped underneath some of these huge sell levels. And so really it's just this floor at 215, and it's going to likely be a trip all the way down to 160. Now, if Elon keeps running his suck, then there's a good chance that you'll find yourself down all the way to 105. Price action to the upside was already a red flag. Yeah, for sure. This thing can and will, if you guys haven't experienced a Tesla dump. I mean, we've already surpassed, the amount of dumpage and the way that we've dumped. This is some of the strongest selling that I've ever seen on Tesla. We've had split dumps, we've had, pretty gnarly crashes, but as far as driving down, now you did leave a gap, so really it's 215. It's a huge mark. Make sure to watch my YouTube channel if you have any questions on the ETFs. These will be uploaded at the end of the day, or at the end of the live. So yeah, so I mean, so here's what I'm thinking, right? And I'll tell you guys this. I think that people on the inside are speculating that Elon's going to get arrested, right? That politicians are going to drive and they're going to put pressure on him. And so like, him getting in any sort of governmental legal trouble. And that's just, dude, I don't know if that I can't see that on the chart. But when I see how aggressive the selling is, it makes me think that, okay, who knows what he gets arrested for? Well, I think for the DEI shit, or the Doe shit, excuse me, there's a possibility, but he's inside of the political world outside of Tesla. And it's just like every other thing that he's done externally. When he bought X, if you guys don't remember, that's right when he bought X, and it fucking dumped. So, now he's in even bigger shit. So it might not even be that he gets arrested. It could just be the legal trouble, or, different political scenarios that he entrenches himself. But dead ass, I mean, this is some of the most aggressive price action. I mean, you look at this on the monthly, shoo. you're heading down. One day I feel like you're gonna hit 65. So all right. So what else do we got? Keep dropping the. I don't think it's just the tariffs. I don't think tariffs are directly impacting them that hard. Not yet. Sold 2K shares, waiting to invest. Is two a share too early? On what? Definitely did not vote for Kamala. I personally am not at all ever as an American going to worship or idolize a politician. They're there to do their fucking job. And if more of us had that attitude, we'd have less superstars in our office and more people who do their fucking jobs. And we should be fucking on top of their ass telling them no fucking hack money, no corporate fucking funding, none of that. Stop worshiping politicians. Want a person who's going to do their job. I think that's just it. And yeah, period. All right. So moving on. Elf. Oh, dude, listen. I had hedges on Elf that were up 2,400 fucking percent. And now I've got out of most of them. I have a very small amount of equity left. I left on the table because I bought Elf at in the 80s, around $83, and rode that motherfucker up two times into the 200s. So this was a great equity play. The money that I had on the table was going to be dictated on by, or whether I held on to it, by whether or not we punched through this box, and we did. Now, on the flip side of this, today you actually almost executed that punchback with 3 taps off of this 77.91. Now, me personally, this could potentially turn into its own area of consolidation, but keeping it simple, you're looking for a break over 77.94. That's going to take market cooperation. Your first target is 88. 88 because that's where these 3 candles rest. So I know that's where we're going to hit. Yeah. How the fuck are they going to make 60K a year and then come out millionaires? I agree with you on politicians. Absolutely. That's all I want. I just want people who are going to do their job. I don't care if they polarize or divide us in any manner. Fuck them. Fuck them. That's how I feel about that. All right. NLST. That's not it. Net list. Okay, so you had a little squeeze up here to go and fill that gap. You filled the gap, drew back. Now, I will tell you this, man, 100% honesty. Charting shit like this is typically something I don't even waste my time on. I can see why one would consider doing it now, but this is what you hit today. And this is, again, if you're new here, we hit the 50% mark of any area of consolidation is called cost basis. And as per usual, that level gets hit today. So being that you have empty space underneath you, you have to keep your foot on the gas pedal. Again, you filled that small gap. So there's actually I think a pretty high potential of somebody catching this to the downside. And I would be utilizing lower time frame analysis, same system, lower time frame boxes. So you're looking for a punch down below this floor of $1.02, a drive down to 97. You're going to draw a box there. That's going to be your next trigger to the downside under 95.60, and this one should come back home. So they are trying to divide us because it's easier to control people who are divided and arguing about things that are obscure and more than likely never going to affect them. So I just want to be American. All right. NCLH. Yeah, I don't know if anybody saw this, but there are Russian bots on X that are using ChatGPT or different AI models. People have figured it out because they would respond to their tweets with commands going to AI, and they do that purely to support Trump, but in a way that is antagonizing. And there's thousands of them. And so like, it's just to agitate. And so dude, other countries can help. They don't even have to shoot a gun. You know, they can literally just manipulate us subversion, you know. All right, so NCLH is at the box right here at 1818. I have a target typically always around the 50% mark underneath you, but you don't have a candle close underneath that box. Now, the fact that you bounced under or on top of it yesterday, again, you can go ahead and just draw a line in the sand and say above 1884, you're going to go up and retest 1921. And so while you're at this floor, you'll have to use your lower time frame analysis in order to nab where and when, right? So when would be the floor of 1838, and I would be looking for a punch over 1860. How would I join the Discord? You can go to my website, simplestacksinvestments.com, and hopefully you've gone through and done your research and decided that this is a good fit for you and you want to be an independent trader who doesn't need anybody to tell them when and where. You have a strategy, and more than likely you'll be better than most of the gurus that are on this fucking app. And if you have any fucking need for any examples, I'd be happy to show you, because our gains page today was absolutely diabolical. Percentages were ridiculous. Oh, look at the small accounts pumping. Oh, look. That's me. My barber loves the strat. There is a discount code too right now for 35%. It's good till after Saturday. So, because the wedding and shit, I'm going to be gone. So, I did get a haircut. Yes, I did. I got it whacked off. We're cleaned up. Wait, whacked off. Hold on. I should have. Oops. Why did I say that? All right. So, yeah, use that lower time frame right there. Pause. All right. Charting for Baba. Oh, Baba. Oh my God, I'm gonna fuck that stock. Hold on 1 second. You're mine, Baba. Oh, I'm gonna make a bag. I could feel it. I could feel it down in my plums, getting all swollen and juicy, ready for the picking. If you've never seen Eastbound and Down, I didn't just make that up. So, all right. So let me before I go fucking and mess up my screen here. I like this a lot, and I'm going to break down why I like this, right? Inside of this wide area of consolidations, you have made multiple attempts to fucking break down, and you have not, or to break up, and you have not. So let's draw some fucking lines in the sand. Excuse my language. I get a little amped up when I see fire setups. So here's what we have in front of us. On the 24-hour time frame, we have a floor of 130, and that needs to be broken, right? So underneath that 130, use, okay, we'll see you in a couple days. I see a cost basis, and this would be the trigger for my trade through the empty space back down all the way to 112, 113. That would be the first and foremost target where we would be trimming. Actually, hold on, pause, rewind, 118, and then my secondary target of 112, 135. Right now, I will say this: you have not signaled a direct leg down under that floor. But we know that Baba likes to do its business overnight. So right now we're looking at, on the lower 4-hour time frame, at a 128.50 floor and a punch through the box. And again, this is not going to happen in after hours. It's going to have to be something that we place ourselves in the right position. And I will tell you this: I am going to hedge low cost, right? Low risk, high reward, up around the 139 mark, right? And that would be aiming for a breakdown below 128 and aiming again towards 120 or 118, and then finally 113. So, I mean, honestly, I really, really do like this Baba setup a lot. Regardless of whether it actually does break that down, you know. Got a lot of puts in. This is going to move down fast with the overnight market. Well, we shall see. But I will tell you this, guys, those of you who are being or are shorting this market, remember, bear market rallies come quick and fast and typically give you zero chance to fucking get out of your trade, whatever that may be. So, um, you know, again, you can always set a. It's not something that you have to live in fear of. So, um, this Baba play would more than likely be at least a week out. And now is not the time to buy because you can't buy. But tomorrow, if you catch me on live in the morning, I will go over this setup and we'll take a look at it. And so a lot of the times, my favorite time to buy is fuck you, Jose. God damn, dude. Bro, what the fuck? He said not too short enough to pull on wedding. That's crazy. I'm sorry. This is too much. You guys are sexually harassing me. So yeah. Long and short of this is you have 1, 2, 3. That floor should break down, and below that floor, I would be looking short a week or two out. So you got to be crazy to short when the market is at the bottom range after 3 weeks down. Radel, I don't care what you think. Thank you. So looking at BABA, which has not ran concurrent to the market dump because most stocks have actually broken their supports and started falling through their empty space and making substantial moves to the downside, while BABA is still inside of its 24-hour range. And this is why we said something about Uber yesterday, right? We said, or last week and this morning. I talked about Uber. It's going to move. You're more than likely going to go and touch this 70.87. So, thank you, Jose. What's my favorite broker? I'd like TradeStation. Oh, you didn't mean for Baba? Yeah, I don't know about that. That drawing looks crazy. What, this one? These two boxes? Yeah. Is there any apps you'd recommend me using to? I mean, I personally like TradeStation. So, my favorite time to buy is at the end of the day. Sorry. So, if those of you guys who are new, I personally like to buy at the end of the day. Wake up, guys. What do you see on this? Listen, this is clearly a Cybertruck. What the fuck? Get your head out of the gutter, right? It's a Cybertruck, right? You got the two wheels right here, the weird oblong body. Yeah, I don't know. Tatiana, I watched your YouTube video. I'm having issue drawing your boxes. What's wrong with your boxes? Trader, what are we talking about here today? When is my wedding? This Saturday. This Saturday. I'll be wed. I will be wed. I gotta go pick up my ring tomorrow, which is from Disguised Joker. Are you really fucking playing Power Wash Simulator right now, dude? I had to ban you. I gotta ban you, dude. No, shit. Yeah, that's my ring right there. I gotta go pick up. Is bussin'. What's the next step in this strategy? Well, what step are you on, my guy? Potter, yeah, right. Yeah, it's got amethyst on the side and then crushed emeralds on the side, like all the way around in the ring. It's cool. All right, did the other measure? Shut up. What do I think of Netflix? So we actually, well, the Discord caught a fucking huge trade on Netflix, and I mentioned that it was going to go to that 860 level. It did, and then today it actually broke down underneath that level. I suspected Netflix should hit 844.75 tomorrow. You look forward to a situation like that to stay in, that you're underneath. I use lower time frame structure. So as we are moving, if you are under, right, if there is nothing to stop you, then it's really just levels like this. And so if those are broken down, you know, keep it breaking down. That's going to keep moving down because of empty space. Right. Sorry, I didn't see my earlier post on the cues. Would you? What do I look like? Oh, in the on the cues. What do you mean? I mean, I typically, as we're moving down, right, when we hit a level, I will literally, and I talked about this today. So I'm actually going to upload on, and make sure to follow me on YouTube, guys. We're almost to 14K. So if you guys don't follow me on here, make sure you do. But I'm going to upload a video of this morning's trade. So Santi, Mike, you must be in oh shit, I didn't mean to click on your profile. You must be in Savannah. That's awesome. Hell yeah. I am a trader. Inbox me. I can help. All right. If you want to get scammed or something of that nature, if you're really that good trader, you wouldn't be in my fucking live telling people to inbox you. You don't know my system, man. I'm blocking you. Bye bye. All right. Anyway, that's probably awesome, Santi. Damn, I should have hit you up for a haircut. All right. What do I think about Coke? Coke is on the watch list. I really do like Coke. I'll cover that really quickly so you can understand why I am looking at this. So first of all, we like any stock that's inside of an area of consolidation. Why? Because fucking Netflix, right? Look at this. Box break, right? Uber, box break. So we look at Coca-Cola and we have now it is a little bit, it has some irregularities, but box, empty space, right? That could be that downside play, or we're still looking for a candle close over 72.35 and we could take this into all-time highs. So how do I know which way it will break? So like, for example, on Coca-Cola, everything, the market, and I really encourage you guys to go watch this morning's video, because not only did I narrate it all live and it all happened directly as I said it would happen, but that's where the market does contain triggers that will tell you when and where and what direction, right? John Smith. So we have a couple of triggers on Coca-Cola. One of them, or two of them, right? So here's what will happen, right? And this is not how I feel. This is what I know. And again, I operate in this system because it's mechanical. And I believe the market is mechanical because I know that market makers, institutions, whatever you want to call it, they have access to information months in advance. So, all right. So underneath, right? How do I know? Through observation, right? Talking in absolute about the marker is quite arrogant. Are you saying I'm being arrogant? I deserve it. I listen, I'm not passing this arrogance on to you. It doesn't affect me in my personal life because nobody gives a fuck that I stare at candles all day. This is probably one of the most useful or useless shit to society that I could possibly ever do, if I'm being 1,000% real. But I spend my time teaching and educating others and helping people. So, you know, that helps. I do know. All right. And I trade in that mindset that I do know, because all of these people who fail at trading, they get out of their trades because they don't know. And you can always focus on what you don't know, because that's the most realistic that's most people don't know. So you're going to respond, or you're going to act accordingly. I do, right? And I'm going to show you guys a couple of setups, because these are great times for me to educate you guys and show you that this market that you think is just running all willy-nilly is absolutely controlled, right? And manipulation, whatever you want to call it, does exist, but we can see it. And I encourage everybody in here, JBiz, I swear to God, dude, you can go on my fucking YouTube channel and learn this all for free. I don't want your money. And in fact, I'll go ahead and make it so that you can't join my Discord and you can only learn on YouTube. But this is the only place on Discord or on TikTok or any other place that produces these type of fucking gains consistently. But I want to show you guys something. If you are new here, and again, arrogance, whatever you want to call it, I call it observation. What have I seen? And I'm sharing what I see with you guys time after time after time after time after time. And that's how you build a strategy, by backtesting and understanding that something is repeatable. So don't bullshit me with anything else. The 50% mark of a box contains the majority of the volume, right? And volume is not just, you know, going up and down per candle, but is linear, right? Or horizontal. So we're dealing with horizontal levels. So I know without using volume profile that inside of these two boxes, the 50% mark, if you candle close below it, or if you candle close above it, you are guaranteed a new high. Now, my strategy says that we are going to take advantage of areas of empty space that look like this. So we, in concept, trade box to box, right? Box to box in empty space. And again, I care to teach the new people, and I hope that anybody in here who's trying to discourage them by saying anything about me, I don't care what you say about me, but I do think you shouldn't get in the way of other people who are experiencing it for real. They are actually learning this, and I just had somebody learn this strategy in the last couple of weeks, and they already ripped out another, or I think it was like a 300-400% trade. Regardless of that, I can tell you right now that Netflix will crash through this empty space. Simple. Don't need to be a genius. Pure observation, right? Now we go over to Netflix, and again, right? Box, handle close underneath the floor. You break down underneath the top of this box, and there is nothing to stop you. Where do you go and where do you stop? The first fucking structure that you see to your left. You bounce here, and of course, selling still occurred. But this is what I know. Now, there are things in the market that I don't know, right? I don't know as we move up into a box, right? If you go back to Mara, I don't know, right? That it's going to punch through that box. But if I see a candle close on that floor, I know we're going to cost basis. If we close up against the cost basis, I know that we are going to make a new high. So anybody in here who's trying to invalidate my system, I've got years of proof. Not from just me, but from the people who are experiencing my education, me teaching them. And I'm proud of it. And that's why I feel good that I do have shit for sale. I do have a $400, $500 workshop. It's 35% off right now. But because the gains speak for themselves. And I'll scroll, again, indefinitely. You could just sit here and scroll. Yes, this will be on YouTube. I could just sit here, eyes closed, no fucking looking, and stop at any point and look. The gains don't change. It's the only place that you're going to ever see that puts it out. And I don't withhold anything. My YouTube contains everything. So if you don't want to pay me money, I don't care. I make too much money trading. And of course, if you're good at something and you can help people, that's called a product, right? 862%, just absolutely diabolical. And this is going, I just scrolled like a madman, and we're not even halfway through therapy. We're not even halfway through February. So literally, I feel great every day that I show up and I do this shit, because there is no guessing. I don't feel, in fact, I only observe, and I try to negate as many of those feelings as possible. So anyway, if anybody else would like for me to prove them wrong, let me know. I enjoy it quite a bit. Thank you for the opportunity. Because I'm a little shit. All right. Keep dropping your requests, though. Can you concisely tell a beginner what your basic strategy is? Absolutely. So I look for areas of consolidation on the 24-hour time frame, and I target areas of empty space or areas where there are no boxes, and I trade all the way through them. And this has been consistently my strategy. Now there is other elements. The Potter box strategy says that if you punch through the 50% mark of a box, that you will make a new low, right? So right now for Meta, it's going to move down to 580, right? And this is an area of consolidation on the 24 as well as the weekly. So I can tell you right now that if you go and you punch through 580, that you will, sorry if that offends you, will go to 540. And I tell you what, trading and knowing is a lot better than whatever the fuck else y'all are doing. Not y'all watching, but like anybody. Oh, sorry. If you turn your screen sideways, the screen will be bigger. So with Meta, right? If we break down and hold underneath 580.98 and break that 580 cost basis, you will go down to 542. Period. End of story. And that's what I know. Okay. And again, I start, Mara was just one of, it's just so beautiful. That's the reason that I use it as an example. But since Mara, I mean, the amount of trades that we have caught, all of our trades look the same, damn near. We caught Schwab, same thing, right? We caught Schwab, and this is a great example of my strategy. Perfect example of my strategy, going up and down, right? So we trade, again, like I said, box to box, and we trade through empty space, large areas of rapid price movement, 1, 2, 3, right? Now, same thing could be said because you do go make a new high, you stop out at that high, and you pull yourself back into this massive area of consolidation. You break down, retest multiple times, so that gives you the opportunity to take that at the floor off of the candle close, and what's underneath you? Empty space. You make that move in one fucking day. That was a 300% trade to the downside, and lo and behold, you punch through a box that you created here, and you are now double punching, and I'll see you later as we approach $66.88. Obviously, we do have one level which we bounced at today, and so the only chance of any sort of recovery, and this is what I don't know, right? So I do know a lot, but I don't know whether or not this thing will bounce back up and hold the floor and then go back up and retest. Oh my God, I love boxes. Wow, so much strategy. Wow. I thought your name was Kitten, so I thought you were making like a cat joke, but I realize now that you're just being a cuck. The cuckery continues. All right, moving on. What else are we looking at? McDonald's. I'm not loving it. That's for damn sure. So there's an area of consolidation here, and you have a wick sitting right outside of that box, which will give you what I'm perceiving to be your imbalance. And then you have a floor, and that floor is directly up above you at 319.27. So at the moment, any sort of retest should occur at 319.35. Your first target to the downside tomorrow is going to be 314.50. If that melts down, you'll have an easy 311 target directly underneath it. Guys, honestly, I don't take any people hating on me, especially when they just scroll into my live and they see me. I don't take offense to that at all. Because think about the climate that these people are in. Everybody they scroll on is trying to fucking convince them that they can change their life overnight, and all they have to do is buy their program, and all they have to, and I'm not going to tell you what I do until you buy my shit. They're withholding shit. They're making shit hard, right? And so for them to have that mentality, I don't blame them. I have that mentality. I fucking hate most of these dudes. So I'm just trying to fucking get banned right now, aren't I? PSN, buy PSN and set a stop loss of 61.12 and aim for 65.11. If 65.11 is reclaimed, maybe you do go get 72. I like options. They give me more leverage. So all that matters is that we're making money. And if I'm overwhelming you or I'm talking too fast, listen, everything, any job, anything worth doing is going to slightly overwhelm you, right? It's how you respond to that. You stay curious, you want to learn, inevitably you will. It's completely up to you. But if you are new here, make sure to go put Potter Stocks Trading and go check out my educational playlist, and you will find a lot of what you're looking for. Buy May friends. I'm not really into buying my friends, cultural history here really frowns upon that. So, do I ever use Bollinger bands? I would use them as a thong string, but never anything else. No, I don't use those. So, um, I did TSLL already. Sorry, get ahead of myself. All right, so you're looking at 896 directly underneath you. That's where you fall. Now, on the 4 hour, it looks like you're sitting right on top of that box. So you're going to just literally aim for this top right here at 860. And if that breaks, this is going to make a great, I like your hair now, dude. Disney. Yo, Kimberly, thank you for the compliment. We'll do yours next. Just kidding. 860, you're going down. And that's going to be a juicy place at your alert. In the meantime, you would need to break over 1080 in order to make any sort of move to the upside. So we will take a look at Disney, because Disney, boy, I fucking tell you what, I sold my contracts last week. I did not roll them out. I thought I fucking rolled them out. I did not. And lo and behold, this motherfucker, I said it was going to keep melting down all the way to 99. And there's a great chance that that's going to happen. Underneath that, however, if that breaks, you are still looking at a 97.50 target. By the way, if you guys are following me right the fuck now, I will never DM you. I have no copy trading. I know there's scammers on right here. Stop watching me, scammers. Go look your mother in the eyes. Just do it. Just try it. Just anything's got to help you, dude. You're in a bad place. Everybody hates you. Your mom doesn't love you. Okay, so I will never DM you. I will never fucking do anything like that. I can hardly even text my own grandma back in time. So, all right. Forward, this entire market is going to melt. There is going to be safe havens inside of this market. So Ford needs to punch over 1025 to go make a shitty new high at a shitty new price target of 1061. Because this is a shitty stock that has terrible price action. Actually, I take that back. It's 1075. Haha, you message me all the time. What are you talking about? Aaron, I think you're talking to somebody else. That's not me, my boy. All right. All right, cool. Grinder. Who's talking about Grinder here? I'm gonna go fix the gains page. Slapping the base, dude. Yeah, you guys crushed it today, man. This gain right here, though. Oh, look at that. 1900 fucking percent. The tides are deep, but soon will rise. That was very deep. Yeah. Walmart. Let's check on Wally. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now, I will say this. The weekly is telling me that 81.55 is inevitable. But we know that bear market rallies exist, and so right now I can place a solid price target for you at 85.87, easy money to the downside. Not bad. There's an imbalance retest. If you do bounce, that should be $89 right here. So if you were to bounce anywhere, that would be where you could call for a potential recovery, because you did leave empty space behind. I'm telling you what, some of the part of this market is leading, right? Other parts of this market are still lagging. Man, why do people keep fucking with you? You're a legit person, a family man, a trader. Past trauma. I don't blame them. Forgive them, for they don't know about my box. Pause. All right. Jesus Christ. Upstart. All right. Upstart. That's wow. So there you go. Another example of your punch down, right? Here's your box right here. Beautiful punch down. And now you should be tomorrow hitting 44.31. However, if you melt down underneath that, you would have a separate box here on the 24-hour and a target of 42.10. But I think looking at the weekly, right, this is where shit's getting crazy because 44.72 is huge. This is a huge level. And then you have a floor where you would possibly go in reverse at 48.44 to go fill your gap. So you're both in an area where you could bounce and go in reverse and give you some gains to the upside, or you're in an area where you could continue breaking down into the $42 area. I'm not getting BABA calls. Probably going to get BABA puts, but don't jump the gun on that one. I'm telling you right now. By the way, if you guys are on TikTok, tapping your screen, I really do appreciate you. Thank you. All right. By the way, if you guys are on here right now and I'm moving fast, I talk fast, don't be scared to write these questions down. And I host Q&As for free. And I will answer your question all the way through to the best of my ability. So a closed mouth does not get fed. If you're too scared or think, I'm literally, ask me a fucking question if you have it. So, and especially in the Discord. So I hate TikTok limits my questions. Write them down. Write your questions down. I will make sure that I answer them. All right. SMCI. Now this thing, so this one's lagging on you, right? But here's what I can say. And I don't want to promise anything. But if I was looking at myself in the mirror and talking to nobody else, I'd say, this is going to $11.87, period, end of fucking story. Now, we don't have the trigger for that yet, but we sure are looking close. So let's talk about it. We've got a 24-hour area of consolidation that's already pushing off of 39.50 and driving to the floor. Directly underneath you, in the most recent price action, you have a small box with a top at 31.22. That's your next target. Underneath 29.36, right, you're going to have a multi-tiered box. That breaks, you go home. Bro, I'm having trouble understanding when to place the order. Let's say Nike opens up about under the floor. Okay, let's say that it does, and it more than likely will. So here's what you do. I'm going to teach you right now. So no wondering. And again, watch tonight's video on Celsius. In fact, while I'm yapping, hold on real quick. 1,300. Nice. We hit 13,710. Fucking dope, y'all. I really appreciate that. And look at all this money I'm making. $149. Oh, so much money. I just want to go ahead and upload this. So that way it's uploading while I... What the fuck am I listening to? Let's see here. I believe that's the right one. Okay, cool. Asking for a friend, which can I use this method but on lower time frames? Yes, Tatiana. This method is a fractalized strategy. It works on the higher time frame and the lower time frame, which is why you can use them both together to get into higher time frame setups on a lower time frame. Google, shut up. Sorry. Anyway, so Nike opens up below the floor. So you move down into a lower time frame, right? I'll show you what to do. So you're going to move into a lower time frame and you're going to build a box. So build a box workshop. So tomorrow, right, one can already say, and imagine that there's, candles in here in pre-market, right? And that's going to create structure. So where you open up, and to ask me this tomorrow, right? If you, and damn, that thing moved down right as I said that, but if you open up below that, there is a good chance you will move up to retest it. And that's when you start paying attention, because if it can reject and you can find a pre-market box, and this is essential, that's where you would try to take that short beneath the pre-market lows utilizing orb. So now, right now, all I can do is project. I can't say for sure until we open up. So, all right. Good put to buy now. Tomorrow, I will be live. If you guys join the Discord with the discount, you guys could be inside of the Discord and watch me there. So, or you can be on TikTok. It's a little bit of a delay, and you can pay attention to me there. Floor on SOXL. Yeah, so this one did not punch back, and your floor is at 17, which you hit today. If that is lost, I'm giving you a target of 1575 straight to that box. That's your target. $15.75. Correction, crashing. Yeah, I'm not really into the buzzwords, but you only have a year for sub on Discord. I have, yeah. I think it's cheap of me and wrong to say that I can create independent traders and then sell monthly. Right? That can't happen. This takes commitment, and I want your commitment. I'm going to meet you there halfway, but you're not going to, 3 months ain't going to cut it, right? 4 months and the Potterbox Workshop will give you what you need to be on your own and start working on your own. But if you end up staying or wanting to have me here or have access to me, then yeah, of course, yearly, or the goal is that you make enough money that if you want to buy lifetime, and I will say that's one of my favorite things that I do, is that a lot of people who follow me will make the money to join before they join, which I think is pretty cool. All right. Yeah, Verizon trade was nutty. Dell, discount code is QANDA35, all uppercase. Dell. And again, our Discord is filled with traders just like you, except for most of them, if not all of them, but most of them are nearing or already independent traders. And so we operate as basically one of the best, if not the best, scanner that the market has to offer. We're just humans and not code. Dell is at a major floor, and it does have empty space directly up above it. So I mean, just play this the way that the system says. You have, delete everything. Hold on. So you have a box here, and that would give you, if you break down below 87.11, which is your target tomorrow, you would have a target of 84.62. If that breaks down, you're looking down at 79.80. Okay. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I gotta call Peyton.
Yes.
Hey, check your messages. I sent you feet pics. All right, love you. Bye. No, seriously, check them though. It's my tits. Okay, bye. All right. That's my boo. All right. So Bank of America. You should be down at 38.75 and looking for a breakdown. I personally would be targeting 37.28. What happened, guys? I was just talking to my wife. Leave me alone. Crazy. Can we get some? Do I take RSA? Listen, I use no indicators, no volume, no flow, no news, and I'm able to produce these kinds of percentages. So, pretty simple. So right now, Bank of America, with today's candle close, you are holding cost basis. So really, yes, there is a floor down at 38.60 that you should be hitting relatively soon. If you cannot catch a bid, right? If you cannot go and break a high, then yeah, we are probably seeing continuation of the downside. But here's what I would be looking at. You've already set the setup for a box, so it is possible that you bounce down or move like this. So at the moment, you're looking over 70, basically $40. And unfortunately, your price targets are, god damn, they're limited, right? But I would place a target of 40.13. Fire. I think this is the simplest and most accurate strategy. You know, I had somebody make fun of me because they said that was the most simple trade. I hit like a 2,500% trade. And somebody said to me, they were like, well, that was the easiest trade out there. And I was like, what the fuck? Why would you want to complicate shit? Just like, what kind of ego attachment is that? That's diabolical. All right. NQ at 16K. What's NQ looking at right now? How long have we been live here? Oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and using TradingView Online. How do you draw a box? So you're gonna go over to the left here, right? And then you're going to focus on the tops of your boxes. And the Potter Box Workshop goes over all of this, but you're going to focus on the points of contact on the top and points and candle closes on the bottom. So at the moment you have a floor of, this is actually really a great example because right now you've already seen a wick trying to go and reclaim that floor. So go to the, this is on the 5 minute actually. So look at that. God damn. So if you, and watch this if futures traders, because I'm not in this, but if you can get this candle close over this wall, you should retrace very easily up to 19,375. So, all right, good night, man. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off here in just a second. You guys are welcome to join the Discord with the discount code, but when you do, please make sure that you DM me and give me a rundown on why you're joining, how you found me, and what your goals are. Thank you. All right. Otherwise, you are stuck in a box, my boy, and you're going to trade like that. It's going to be rough. No CPI tomorrow. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, Rod. I appreciate that as well. Where else can we see you other than that YouTube in here? That's about it. Discord is where I'm at the most and the most consistently. And that's where you can DM me, ask me questions, all that other stuff. What's up, Disguised Solutions? Were you just playing a Power Washer Simulator? Was that you? Right. Cool. Microsoft. We'll take a look at Microsoft really quick. This one should be breaking down pretty good. Yeah. Oh, that's delicious. I have zero doubt in my mind that you'll be at 369, probably tomorrow. And then you're looking for, honestly, this is the first time that Microsoft has looked good to me at all in a long time, because you got a juicy ass pocket of empty space right here leading you down to 351 and 350. Want to add extra flavor and definitely support you for the work. Wait, what flavor? Potter, what does the workshop consist of? I know you have free educational content. Yeah, so if you're on my workshop or my YouTube, you can actually go to my educational playlist, and I have a video running down, multiple videos that are running down through what's inside of the workshop. But to give you a quick rundown, the workshop is basically designed for people who are relatively new. So I go over simple concepts like what candles are and stuff. The next course, I'm not doing that. You should have these concepts down. Or the last one I'll ever do. Oh, Christina FX, ban. Ban. Why are you in here? You're fucking crazy. Unless you're a scammer, but it's still crazy. I can't have ban her. Ivy, we ban her? Block her. Never mind, I got it. All right. Okay, so Microsoft looks good below that floor. Period. Looks pretty good. INTC. Listen, this one has not made new lows yet. So this, oh my God. Oh my God. Juicy. Oh, I'd make a right snack out of that motherfucker. Look at that. 1873. Where do you go? Oh, straight to hell. Let's look at, I say, a target of around 1750 and 1675. Yeah, I like that a lot. Write that down. That's going to be cheap. Now, my watch list is fucking filled to the brim. Right now, I got Nike, IBM, Coke, Baba, and INTC. And I think if you guys go and look at those stocks, you'll notice that none of them have made their moves yet. They're all delayed, which is great. Playing Washer Simulator is decompressing after a long day. I feel you, man. I'm not taking away from that at all, you know. I play Contractors on VR a lot. It's fun because I can play it and actually have my chart floating. Makes it rough, though, when somebody's around the corner. What are you not including in the next Potterbox workshop? So all of the newer stuff. And then, you know, I go over contracts, option contracts, the strategy itself, punchbacks, empty space, some examples of some of the plays that we've taken and what we look for in the options. But you know, there is going to be a refined version. That was one of my first courses, and you know, I was designing it for new people, still meant for that. But the next one will just kind of focus in on some of the key core elements. So how far out do I generally buy the contracts? Well, if we're in empty space, I typically buy weeklies, because just to give you an example, I know, and this is something not a lot of other people have the courage to say as far as being in creators or whatever, you know, traders, is that I know that stocks move a particular way inside of empty space, which is basically just where, yeah, you have nothing, no boxes, no nothing. And so when I see breaks of structure, or breaks of boxes and levels like this dropped, I know that you're going to fill up all of that empty space. I know the same way that I know that Netflix will fill up this empty space and it will go all the way to 772.50. So for example, if it's fucking Monday and we open up underneath 815, then yeah, I'm looking at, you know, 796 and my 772 target. So if we have to move through structure though, I will add a week per structure, per box. So I did STZ already. So all right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Garrett, you're looking like a whole 3-course meal with this new haircut. God damn. All right, y'all. I can't take it anymore. You guys are killing me. I'm not. Get out of here, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. Fucking ridiculous. All right. Yes, this will be on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and